been the flag bearer of Indian women's cricket for 2 decades now. She's a role model for young girl cricketers and she's put India on the global map. That's correct, she's the woman who's hit all the right strokes. She's none other than the Indian skipper, Mithali Raj. Thank you so much, Mithali, for joining us. I am so excited to begin this conversation and trace your journey to the top.
Thank you.
We've all known about this amazing feat you've recently received by taking India to the finals of the World Cup. You're a Tamilian girl. Can I assume that you're from a middle-class background, father with the Air Force,
yeah.
Mother a housewife. So really a regular middle-class South Indian family. Am I correct?
Yes. Dad was in Air Force and his last posting was in Jodhpur. That's where I was born.
Right.
But I'm brought up in Hyderabad. And mom was working for a while, but when I started playing cricket at the age of 9.5, then I could not really, get things going along with dance and studies. So it was too much for a young kid, and she wanted to be around, and that's why she turned into a housewife.
Right. So before we get into how you began cricket, like any South Indian family, you were, obviously put into the Bharatnatyam classes, which I believe is regular and par for the course for any South Indian family, especially if you're Tamilian. So you were a dancer. You were a trained dancer, I believe.
Yes.
And this is pre-cricket or, it was along with cricket?
Well, dance is something I got in by my choice. It was my interest.
Okay.
And cricket happened after dance, and that was because my dad wanted me to be a cricketer.
Yeah.
So dance was much before cricket. Cricket I started when I was in 5th standard. Dance was somewhere around 3rd or 4th standard.
And would you say that, the classical dancing was truly a passion of yours?
Well, I had a lot of interest in dance, and at a very young age. And I continued it up to 10th standard. So, yeah, I can say that it was at some point my passion to be a dancer, trained classical dancer.
So, as you said, you began your cricket innings, in 5th grade. Obviously, then you didn't know what heights you're going to achieve.
True.
And your real force to get into cricket was your father, because he pushed you, although your interest in cricket was not that much,
yes.
Correct? Tell me a little bit about that phase about how he convinced you as a 5th standard child, right? But you're really a baby and you do the regular things like any other kid. How did he push you and convince you to actually get into cricket training?
Well, I don't think he pushed me. He just, took me along with him. When my brother used to play cricket till his 10th, he played school level, and it's just that dad is a disciplinarian. He's very strict with timing and getting up early in the morning. And being a girl child and being pampered, that's precisely everybody does. And I used to get up late in the morning. I hated getting up early. I still do, but I think because only to imbibe that quality in me to be an early riser, my dad forced me to get into a sport. And being a young kid and enrolling into an academy which was full of boys, it was exclusive boys camp, where my brother was trained. And being a young kid, and I got a lot of preference, as in let the girl bat first. Or wherever I had to go, it was girls first. So I used to get a lot of attention as a young kid, and that really generated that initial spark in me to show interest in sport.
Sure.
And once the coach there, Jyoti Prasad, he spotted the talent in me and told my dad that you pursue this sport as a career for your girl and not for the boy, because there's a lot of competition in men.
Wow.
And then I got under Sampath Kumar, and he was training the girls team in my school. My school had a girls team.
Okay.
So that's where I enrolled myself.
But before you get to that part of your story, I want you to go back about those initial training days when your father put you in an academy that was an exclusively boys academy.
I think when I started, it was just a summer vacation, so it wasn't like something he wanted me to be a cricketer. It's only when I enrolled into my school team, and when he met this coach Sampath Kumar, he told my dad that there is a lot of potential in her. I'll make sure that she plays for India at the age of 14 years. And my dad is like, he thought like, okay, this guy is just exaggerating.
Sure.
You know, I was just 10-year-old, and just in 4 years' time, how can someone, you know, go and play for India at international level? But then the coach said, I need a lot of commitment from the parents as well, because whenever I want her on the ground, whichever time that is, you need to get her on the ground.
So tell me, while all this was happening, let's say from age 9 until 14, were you able to grasp what was happening? Were you able to grasp the kind of conversation your coach and your father were having? Were you able to grasp the kind of rigor you were being put through, while all your friends must be, you know, just regular children going to school, doing regular stuff and having a pretty relaxed life, as opposed to, let's say, you?
Well, those are the times when I thought 24 hours was too less for me, because doing homework, preparing myself for the studies and for the tests, at the same time training hard for cricket and managing dance classes at the weekends. So it pretty much took so much of my time and energy that I didn't have any other hobbies. I couldn't attend any family gatherings. I never had friends. It was like a military phase in my life, where it's just my mom and dad. Even I hardly used to see my brother, because staying at the same house, when early in the morning I leave home at 4:30, he's sleeping, and by the time I come back and finish my homework and all, he's again to sleep. So we never had that regular childhood that a brother-sister shares or a mother-daughter share, because I was so busy you know, channelizing my energy in all 3 departments, that it left no time for me to focus on any other thing.